Are wondering if you spent too much this Christmas season. Some Idahoans are wondering if Medicaid plans to spend too little in the new year. In February, Medicaid is making significant funding cuts for in-home care for the mentally disabled. Local News 8's Chelsea Brunsell looked into the impact this could have on local providers. And Chelsea, you found out the agencies will have to run on nearly the same budget they had back in 2006?
Carol, that's right. And if you factor in inflation, that isn't a lot of money. While it's a dramatic cut for agencies that are already on a tight budget, the biggest worry is the quality of care for those who rely heavily on the services.
We're not trying to pass our kid off to somebody else. We're trying to help our child have a little bit more independent life.
Independence is a foreign idea to Holly Giglio.
I mean, I don't even, in my home, I don't even go to the bathroom with, walk away for 5 seconds because somebody has to be on Jake duty 24/7. Unless he's asleep, somebody has to be aware where he is, because the second you walk out of the room, something's going to happen.
Her 16-year-old son, Jake, has Down syndrome and autism.
Aggressive at times. He does not, he's very limited in his vocabulary and how he can express himself. So sometimes it ends up, with him throwing toys, chairs, tables, whatever's close.
Living independently seems impossible for a teenager with the cognitive ability of a 6-year-old. But Sean Johansson with Has Incorporated says residential rehabilitation services make it possible for the mentally disabled to live semi-independently with supervision.
They originally start to access this care 18 to 25.
There are 3 levels of care residential rehabilitation services offer. The intense level is one-on-one supervision 24 hours a day. This type of care is necessary for those who are sexually deviant, violent, or pose serious medical risks. The next level is high. This service provides 1 caretaker for 3 people 24 hours a day. The lowest level is hourly and depends on the needs of the participants. Holly says her son will need the intense level of care.
He's one of those people, if he lived semi-independently away from us, he would have to have 24-hour care. He has no safety awareness.
Which worries her because of recent Medicaid cuts.
What will happen? What happens if we can't take care of him anymore? Where is he going to go? What's going to happen? Well, we're not even into adulthood yet, and now those cuts are happening. So now it makes it even more scary because we were already scared to death about the service options that are out there, and now those are even going to be more limited.
So just how much funding is Medicaid cutting? 46% of the current reimbursement rate for the intense level of care. Right now, Medicaid provides $496 a day for intense supports. In February, service providers will only get $268. Has Incorporated in Ammon says it costs them $288 a day just to pay the caretakers for the intense level. This means they will be $20 in the hole if they want to keep up with the current quality of care offered. The high level is affected the least with only a 9% cut, but the hourly level will see 37% less in funding. Instead of getting almost $21 an hour in funding, they will get just under $13. Right now, Has Incorporated pays $12 an hour for caretaker labor, meaning they will have less than $1 to pay for all other costs.
The rates that they've adjusted it to, it's no longer affordable to pay your employees.
While the new rates greatly impact agencies, more importantly, it will affect the clients that need the services the most.
The risk they present to themselves and to the community at large goes up because they don't have sufficient care. And in the event that that happens, the result is that they decompensate. They go downhill. All the hard work and effort that's been put in, day in and day out, 24 hours a day for these guys, goes downhill very quickly. And they end up, they could end up out in the streets.
Ending up on the streets creates the potential for these clients to end up in jail or an institution. And as you know, in Idaho, there aren't very many institutions to place them in. Live in the studio, I'm Chelsea Brunsell.
All right, thank you, Chelsea. Originally, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare was going to cut the funding beginning January 1st, but they are going to give agencies an extra month to make adjustments, so the cuts plan to go into effect on February 1st of next year. All right, let's switch gears now. We had a white